Hi guys, so firstly apologies for such a massive wait between the last video and this update. So I think it was 4 months ago, which was sort of when I was, it's almost exactly actually 4 months since I came out of Leeds Inpatient Centre for Psychological Medicine. And yeah, so I was undergoing treatment for my severe ME C.F.S, and it's crazy to think back. I mean, I think I went in October 2021, and it's crazy to think back because like back then, I think I just started like taking a few steps in the garden and stuff like that, but I was pretty much using the wheelchair for everything else and still stuck in a bed most of the day. So yeah, I guess in my last video, I was walking around. I can't remember if I had hit a kilometre walk at Leeds or if it was when I came back home. I think I probably did hit a kilometre. And yeah, I was doing, washing clothes and sitting at a table to eat meals and all that kind of stuff that obviously we all take for granted. And yeah, so it really, really helped me there. I don't know what it was exactly. I think it was just probably like a combination of everything. So like the psychotherapy, the medication, physiotherapy, occupational therapy, all of that stuff, like all rolled up into one, as well as just the time span, because I was there for 6 months, which is quite a long time. So all of it together, it seemed to really help me. And I think I probably said in my last video, like I was still in a lot of pain, and I still am. And that's something that, I want to stress to people, because it's still there, it's still there all day, every day. It's just getting less and less noticeable. And I'm able to do other things, which just takes my mind off of it completely, So as you probably know, like, I'm really into all the plant stuff and the horticulture and, growing plants and botany and all that kind of stuff. So that has always been like an undercurrent to my recovery, has been my passion for it. And it's sort of continued now that I've come back out. I have been doing a lot of gardening and got a new allotment plot as well. One sec. Misty. Right, 1 minute. Okay, sorry about that. So I think the angle's probably changed a bit, but yeah, so I've been doing a lot of that as I've come out back into the real world. Been doing a lot of stuff at the allotment, and yeah, like really, really kind of building up my exercise to the point where I actually like probably more active than people that might just sit in an office all day long and not do any exercise. I'm doing like a fair amount. I think I definitely hit 2 kilometers in terms of like a single walk. I might have got to 2.5, I can't remember actually, but that's something I'm still working on. But I don't do it every day now. I kind of, if I have a really busy day in terms of physical activity in other stuff, then I don't do the walk, So it's nice being able to do a bigger variety of like activities. So yeah, I guess that's where I am at the moment. I'm still on benefits because I still couldn't work. And I think the real problem is like the kind of unreliability of the illness. Like sometimes it will just get really bad, and I don't know why. And maybe I had a cold or something like that, and it really knocks me back. And obviously, when you're working, you're kind of committed, to whatever it is. So I'm not working yet, but the cool thing is So I did a bit of volunteering at the local park, which was sort of quite casual, not really, it wasn't sort of a formal kind of thing. But last Thursday, I started volunteering at a community allotment project in Margate, which isn't far from me. Well, I say that. the biggest activity of that is me getting there, because being kind of impatient and I don't know, kind of all or nothing, I thought I can't be bothered to get the bus because it's a lot of waiting around and it takes an hour just for that journey. It's just a few miles. So I thought I could try using my electric bike, and I've been doing that for a couple of weeks. And yeah, it's pretty exciting. I think it's like 4.5 miles. Obviously the electric bike is doing most of the work, but my legs are still, you know, pedaling most of the time, so there's still activity there. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about it, and I kind of felt like I wanted to wait until I had something like that before making another video, because I want people to be able to kind of see the change, or obviously you're not going to see it, but at least kind of, yeah, know that things have moved on quite a lot. So that's really awesome. I'm going to continue doing that and build up my time, because I think it was just an hour last week when I went there. But like I said, most of the activity is actually just the journey there. At the minute I've been getting a lift back home, so I haven't been doing the journey both ways, but that's something I will be doing, as well as, yeah, just building up my hours until I'm basically doing, you know, what could be considered like a 4-hour shift. I think when I get to that point, I'm going to start thinking about how to get back into work. For me, it's going to be, you know, garden centres, just simple stuff like that is low stress, and you know, somewhere that I'd feel kind of I don't know, peaceful, I guess. So yeah, that's the short-term plan, and the long-term plan obviously is to build up to working full-time eventually, and then probably go back into education, because I want to do a master's. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I mean, that, like, the full-time job at master's is still quite a few years off, but I've made a lot of progress since, you know, coming back home, and yeah, it's quite exciting. So yeah, I think someone, well, firstly, I apologise that I hadn't really got back to comments on the last video. It's just been so busy and hectic, and yeah, I just haven't really had a chance to really think about it all and, you know, go back to the video and read through everything. But I really appreciate all the comments. And yeah, I think someone asked me, you know, what's one piece of advice that you think really helped me? It's really difficult. It's really difficult, and I think my answer is probably not going to be one that people will so much like to hear. I don't know, maybe, but basically it's just keep distracted. So keep busy, lose yourself in an interest if you can. You know, really try to, for me, it's keeping my mind off of the pain during the day as much as I can. That doesn't mean that you don't pay attention to it and you don't kind of note it, you know. So if it's a really rough day, it's okay to sort of go, actually, you know, did I maybe do something yesterday that was too much? You know, you can kind of note it, and you can kind of just have a quick think through. But for me, it was the over-analysis of everything, which apparently, I can't say for sure, but apparently that isn't good for me, and apparently that could have contributed to my illness. Because I think when you start getting ill, you start to pay more and more attention to every single little thing that happens, until it does get to the point, you know, where I was like at my worst, where it's like, oh, I moved my arm, so that's going to make the pain worse. And it's, you know, you're thinking through everything. At the same time, I know it's so frustrating, because in a way you just want to know what caused it. I know, like, I really understand if you're kind of sitting there thinking, like, watching this thinking, I have to pay attention to my body, I have to listen to it, because otherwise I do too much. And I think that's probably true. So, like, if you didn't listen to your body whatsoever, and you just, you know, sort of went, screw it, I'm gonna do this activity even though I really don't feel well, I don't think that's going to be very helpful, but I think there's noting it and kind of practically coming up with a practical solution, and then there's the over analysis, which is what you don't want to do, where it's like you thought of a solution, you kind of thought about it, but then you dwell on it and you keep playing that in your mind. Sorry, my cat's just climbed up on top of the thing. I'm probably going to we've got grapes up there, they're probably going to start falling on my head. So yeah, that's probably one of my biggest pieces of advice, is just try to bring your awareness outside of the illness into other things in the day. And I know it's so difficult. Like, I think if someone said this to me back when I was really rough, I would have thought they just don't understand. But I think that it really does help. And it doesn't mean that you're denying the pain or you're trying to, well, I guess for a lot of people, when I say pain, I guess it's also like fatigue and stuff. Obviously pain's my main symptom, but I think for a lot of people it'll be like fatigue or mind fog, brain fog, stuff like that. So yeah, if I say pain, then I sort of mean all those things as well. But oh, it's a bubble. Someone's blowing bubbles somewhere. What was I saying? Oh, I can't remember. But yeah, just about paying attention to it. I think your brain, I think what they told me, and what I think is probably the case, is that when you're repeating that kind of stuff in your head over and over again, your brain is in a threatened state. It's in a state of panic, or it's on high alert. You know, it's thinking like, we really need to be alert here, and we can't rest, and we can't, you know, when your nervous system's in that kind of state, it's really difficult for your body to kind of heal and to properly rest and to process everything. So I think we've got to try and bring our attention and our awareness into even small things that we enjoy, you know, things that make us laugh, things that, you know, make us happy. You just need to keep doing that. And the thing is, like, this, at least for me, it was definitely not a quick fix. You know, it was the last, I don't know what, like 3 or 4 years, no, even more than that probably, since I was at kind of my rock bottom. So that recovery process has taken a considerable amount of time, and I'm still obviously not able to work. And I still have quite a lot of pain, and I've got kind of the back pain, which I can't remember if I mentioned in the last video, but that's been kind of a problem. Which is, you know, I can't lift things up that are quite heavy, things like that. Although I can do a few push-ups now, which is cool, every day. So that's, yeah, I'm pretty happy about that, because that's a world away from where I was. You know, it was, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. But yeah, trying to keep your body in a safe space, safe and peaceful space. And I think that really helped. And it definitely wasn't the only thing, you know. When I say that, if I say that it helped me, it doesn't mean that was the cure, and that just doing that, you know, got me recovered, because I'm still on a lot of medication. And for people that haven't watched my video, I'm taking, I think it's 200 milligrams of sertraline, 250 milligrams of quetiapine, which apparently is also called Sondate, I think. I don't know if that's like a brand name or something. I'm still taking 60 milligrams of amitriptyline, which I need to cut down on now. I need to start coming down on that. And then I can't remember how many gabapentin, but like I was kind of near full dose of gabapentin, but I've come down quite a lot. And then at the minute I'm taking ibuprofen because of my back. And then some days, you know, I will have to take paracetamol as well. So I'm still on a lot of medication. I'm still doing my physio exercises every day, which are kind of predominantly for my back, so it's just a lot of kind of like gentle kind of twisting and things like that, and like pulling your head back and stuff. So a lot of that, and then yeah, just keeping myself busy kind of thing, which just means that yeah, I don't have to, when I get up now out of bed, that's it. There's no, you know, I don't need to go back into bed at any point in the day. You know, I can just walk out fully, well, not fully, but a completely different person, like a kind of normal person, you know, and I can do normal person things, and that's pretty awesome. And I'm really, really grateful for the fact that I was able to get help. And it doesn't mean that everything's completely sorted out and that everything's fine and, you know, I can go back to full-time work and stuff like that. Like, that's still a long way off, but I'm making pretty decent progress, and yeah, you know, I'm excited. I'm excited, and I've got my life back. It's not the same as it was, and maybe it won't ever be quite the same as it used to be, but I can see myself now getting back to a place where I can go to work full time, or I can do, you know, a master's or something equivalent. So yeah, so I hope that kind of helps people a little bit, or it just, you know, gives people an update. I know I haven't done one for so long, and I really apologise for that. But like I said, I've been trying to keep my mind distracted and on other things, and I have been seriously like busy with sorting out a new allotment, and then we might be getting a new dog, rescue dog, which yeah, they're doing a house check on Tuesday, so I had to like fill out this crazy long form. It took me like 2 hours, and yeah, loads of stuff. So there's loads of stuff going on, and yeah, I really appreciate people watching. I'm sorry for the length of this video. I really appreciate everyone's comments. I do read the comments, it's just the replying that I don't get around to, you know. And some days it can still be difficult to do that, like if my head is a bit fuzzy. But yeah, I hope that helps, and yeah, I hope that I can kind of keep updating people and continue to get better, and yeah, thank you for watching. And I really, really hope that, like, if you're going through something similar, that you start to feel a lot better soon. And I know how isolating it can be, and how just, yeah, you know, it can take you to dark places. And I really hope that if you're going through something like that, that this video gives you some sense of hope, because there was a point way back then, I just thought it's kind of over, you know. I didn't think that there was going to be a future for me, and here I am, and still going, and it's not perfect, but I'll take it. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Lots of love and lots of peace, and yeah, I'll speak to you in the next update, which I don't know, will probably be like 5 months or something. No, I'll hopefully do one a bit sooner, but yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll speak to you soon.